We seek the sense object because we are convinced that the sense object, this Jagat, is real. Again, we take it for granted that Jagat is Nitya, permanent. Satya, real. Nitya, permanent. And one more characteristic feature we attribute is, it is apt, it is capable of giving me the contentment and the happiness that I seek, what is called as samichinatva. If the mind is not convinced that the object Vishaya is not Satya, not Nitya, not Samichina, no force in the world can drag the mind to the sense object. So, our running after the Vishaya sense object is dependent on this conviction. First, Satyatva. Now, it is going to prove that Jagat is not Satya. It is as false as a dream. Our waking state is as false as dream. Generally, we know that dream is false. Yet, first that dream is false is established, and then it is shown there is no difference between waking state and the dream state, and therefore waking state also is equally false. Let us see now verse 33 to 35. Swapna jagataha mithyatva sapana. First, the dream world is proved to be false, based on which the waking world will be shown as false.
Punjana swapna rajyam. Change swapna rajyam to swapna rajyam. Punjana swapna rajyam sasakala vibhavo jagaram prapya bhuyaha.
Punjana swapna rajyam sasakala vibhavo jagaram prapya bhuyaha.
Raja bhrashtohamitham na bhajati vishamam tanvrusha manyamanaha.
Raja bhrashtohamitham na bhajati vishamam tanvrusha manyamanaha.
Swapne kurvannagamyagamanamukhamagham tena na pratyavayi.
Swapne kurvannagamyagamanamukhamagham tena na pratyavayi.
Tadvajagradashayam vyavaruthim swapnavad vismare chet.
Tadvajagradashayam vyavaruthim swapnavad vismare chet.
Punjana swapna rajyam sasakala vibhavo jagaram prapya bhuyaha.
Punjana swapna rajyam sasakala vibhavo jagaram prapya bhuyaha.
Raja bhrashtohamitham na bhajati vishamam tanvrusha manyamanaha.
Raja bhrashtohamitham na bhajati vishamam tanvrusha manyamanaha.
Swapne kurvannagamyagamanamukhamagham tena na pratyavayi.
Swapne kurvannagamyagamanamukhamagham tena na pratyavayi.
Tadvajagradashayam vyavaruthim swapnavad vismare chet.
Tadvajagradashayam vyavaruthim swapnavad vismare chet.
Anvaya. Sasakala vibhavaha add sun swapna rajyam punjanaha add purushaha bhuyaha jagaram prapya. Aham rajya bhrashtaha itham vishamam na bhajati. And kutaha tat vrusha and iti manyamanaha. Swapne agamyagamamukham अघम कुर्वन् तेन एड पातकेन पुरुषः
अगम्य आगमन मुखम अघम कुर्वन् एड ततः प्रबोधः प्राप्तः सन् आफ्टर कुर्वन् एड ततः प्रबोधः प्राप्तः सन् ततः प्रबोधः प्राप्तः सन् तेन पातकेन पुरुषः
प्रत्यवायी न एड भवति तद्वत् जाग्रत दशायां अखिला जाग्रत दशायां एड अपि अखिलां व्यवरुतिं स्वप्नवत् विस्मरेत् चेत् एड तन्मृषा entire thing to be added तन्मृषा मन्यमानः प्रायश्चित्तार्हः न भवति
Now you dreamt. You know what you dreamt? Sakala vibhava swapna rajyam bhunjana. Sa stands for first, sa stands for sa. Sakala vibhavai sa. With all riches and glories. What? Swapna rajyam. Kingdom or empire, which empire? Dream empire. Rajyam. Bhunjana Purusha. A person who dreams that he is the emperor of the emperors, enjoying a rich, peaceful, or that is kingdom or empire. Bhunjana Purusha. Bhuyaha. Literally bhuya means again. Here again the sense afterwards, further, afterwards. Jagaram prapya. Having woken up. Having got the waking state means having woken up. Aham rajya bhrashtaha. I am deprived of my kingdom. Itham iti so. Vishamam na bhajati. Vishama here is shoka. Shokam na bhajati. Doesn't grieve. Shokam vishamam na bhajati means doesn't grieve. Utaha, how come? He has lost the kingdom. Utaha, because tat is that swapna rajyam brusha iti madhyamana. He knows that the dream kingdom was false in nature. Because it is false in nature, he is not grieving having lost it. Yes or no? Agree? One more example is given. So, now this is about the happiness, riches, etc., or whatever it may be, or which is legitimate. Even if it does some crime or some illegitimate thing, he is not bothered about that, nor does he take to punitive actions. Swapne agamya mukham agham kurvam. In the dream, agamya mukham. Mukha means dwara. Dwara means in the English we can put it on account of. Agha, sin accruing on account of what? Agamya gamana. So having relation with an illicit woman, having relation with an illicit woman, which is prohibited, which is nishiddha. So he had such relation in the dream. Then tataha, thereafter, prabodha praptaha san. On waking up, tena patakena purushaha, by that sin of having done in the dream, that person purusha pratyavayi na bhavati. He doesn't become the one who deserves to take to punitive action. Pratyavayi means prayaschitta. Prayaschitta, punitive action, as a punishment he has to take to certain karmas and such. Pratyavayi means he doesn't become sinful who needs to take to punitive action. Or we can take another example. In the dream, this person murdered someone. And this person is very dharmika. And he knows such murder is done. You have to first undergo the punishment according to the law of the state. It is true. If this person dodges the punishment according to the law of the state, after death, what happens? The punishment becomes much more severe. So therefore he knows that. So therefore what he did, he went to the police station and he said, I have murdered someone. Where? At such and such place. When? Last night in the dream. Get out. We have got already headaches here and nuisance. You have further nuisance here. So get out. Is it? No. That is what it is false, pratyavayi na bhavati. If this is so, if you know that waking state all things are false, what you are not accountable for anything whatsoever. Look, don't misquote this statement, okay? Don't misquote this statement. Of course, law of nature, law of karma is very stringent, no exception. You know that? Olden days, a thief was brought in front of a judge in the court. So he did some hideous crime. He did murder or something. Said, he knew little Bhagavad Gita also. Olden days, he knew Sanskrit and Bhagavad Gita also. He said, how Atma can be killed? Nainam chintanti shastrani, nainam dati pavaka. Atma cannot be killed. The judge was not a lay person. He also knew. He said, yes. For this purpose, I am giving a capital punishment. Nainam chintanti shastrani, nainam dati pavaka. Atma cannot be killed. So, if Hoshiyari, this cleverness doesn't work, okay? So cleverness doesn't work. So that was a, if you discover and you know for certain that waking world is false, you are not responsible for all that is done in the waking, provided you know. How can you know? How did you know that the dream is false? after waking up. In the dream, can you ever dare to say that dream is false? After waking. Now like that, in this waking state, can we ever say that waking is false? Hunger is false. Don't go for breakfast. Don't go for lunch. Hunger is false. Nitya. No. When can you know that the waking is false? Of course, first you have to analyze and get convinced. But direct experience that waking is false is possible only on your awakening to your true nature. Relatively, waker is the true nature of the dreamer. Yes or no? Relatively. Waker is the true nature of dreamer. But who is the true nature of the waker? Atma Sarup. Chaitanya Sarup. So therefore, so he says, Tadvat. Just as you have ascertained that dream world is false, Jagrad Dashayamapi, even in the waking state, Akhilam Vyavarutim, entire Akhila Vyavaruti means Vyavahara, all karmas including what incurring papa and punya. Punya papa. All Vyavaharas which incur punya papa says Vyavaratim Swapnavat Vismareche. If you forget, like what? Like the dream. There's a false in nature. Vismareche says Tadapi, even then, Tadvat, like Swapna, Prayashchittarhaha na bhavati. He doesn't become the one who has to take to punitive actions. Why? What is the reason? Tat Brushamanyamanaha. He knows for certain the waking is false. So, but it is not just lip service. You have to directly discover your Swarupa, totally free from waking, dream and deep sleep state. In Atma Jnana only you can know for certain that waking is. But here, we want to proceed to take to other, to gain Atma Jnana. First, we should get convinced what the waking world is false. That it will lead to what? If waking world is false, where it will lead you? First step, what will be? On waking up, you discover dream as false. Have you got any further interest in the dream? Like that, if you know for certain waking world is false, no further interest. Because this is not discovered, our interest goes on increasing. So therefore, first get convinced. Otherwise you tell how it is wrong. Prove. Just now what we are going to analyze, prove that it is wrong. That will take to your stand. You cannot prove that. Let us see. Let us proceed now step by step. Now, how both waking and dream are truly speaking not true, it is only an erroneous experience. It is something Brahmajanaka. Brahmajanaka means creates delusion. Truly not so. How? With facts and figures is going to be established now. Continue.
स्वप्नावस्थानुभूतं शुभमथ विषमं तन्मृषा जागरे स्यात्
स्वप्नावस्थानुभूतं शुभमदविषमं तन्मृषा जागरे स्यात्
जाग्रत्यां स्थूलदेहव्यवहृतिविषयं तन्मृषा स्वापकाले
जाग्रत्यां स्थूलदेहव्यवहृतिविषयं तन्मृषा स्वापकाले
इत्थं मिथ्यात्वसिद्धावनिशमुभयथा सज्जते तत्र मूढः
इत्थं मिथ्यात्वसिद्धावनिशमुभयथा सज्जते तत्र मूढः
सत्ये तद्भासकेऽस्मिन्निह हि कुत इदं तन्न विद्मो वयं हि
सत्ये तद्भासकेऽस्मिन्निह हि कुत इदं तन्न विद्मो वयं हि
स्वप्नावस्थानुभूतं शुभमथ विषमं तन्मृषा जागरे स्यात्
स्वप्नावस्थानुभूतं शुभमदविषमं तन्मृषा जागरे स्यात्
जाग्रत्यां स्थूलदेहव्यवहृतिविषयं तन्मृषा स्वापकाले
जाग्रत्यां स्थूलदेहव्यवहृतिविषयं तन्मृषा स्वापकाले
इत्थं मिथ्यात्वसिद्धावनिशमुभयथा सज्जते तत्र मूढः
इत्थं मिथ्यात्वसिद्धावनिशमुभयथा सज्जते तत्र मूढः
सत्ये तद्भासकेऽस्मिन्निह हि कुत इदं तन्न विद्मो वयं हि
सत्ये तद्भासकेऽस्मिन्निह हि कुत इदं तन्न विद्मो वयं हि
अन्वय स्वप्नावस्थानुभूतं शुभम अथ विषमं तत् एड सर्वं जागरे मृषा स्यात् जागरे मृषा स्यात् अथ जाग्रत्यां स्थूलदेहव्यवहृतिविषयं तत् स्वापकाले मृषा भवति इत्थं यथा अपि अनिशम संधि there is मिथ्यात्व सिद्धौ अनिशम उभयथा अन्वय is यथा and अपि अनिशम मिथ्यात्व सिद्धौ and तथा इह last line second word end तथा इह ही एतद संधि in the last line first two words is सत्ये तद भासके is सति एतद भासके is the sandhi sati etad bhasake. Now anvaya is iha, he, etad, भासके अस्मिन् and brahmani satye sati brahmani sati mudha
Third line, last word.
mudha. Before that, now tatra sajjate idam kutaha tat vayam hi na vidmaha.
Now see, whatever that is experienced in the dream state, like such things, such as Swapnavaste Anubhutam, all that is experienced in the dream state, namely Shubham, good things, auspicious things, happy things, like being a king, etc., enjoying wealth and all those things. Shubham. Atha. So also Vishamam. Visham means Shokarham. Those who gives sorrows. Suppose in the dream you went for a walk in the forest side. Suddenly a tiger comes upon you. Shubha or Vishama? Vishama. Or some tiger caught hold of you. Just so like this, undesirable thing. So Vishamam, Tat Sarvam, desirable, undesirable, good, bad, all those things experienced during the dream state, Sarvam, Jagare, on waking up, Vrushasya becomes false. Can you contradict this? Do you agree with this? Yes. This is a universal, not one or two, universal experience. This is a universal experience. So we Vrushasa, Atha in the sense, so also, Jagrityam, in the waking state, Sthula Deha Vyavrati Vishayam. All those things which have been taken to by the Sthula Deha, gross body, physical body. Sthula Deha, what is that? Eating delicious dishes, listening melodious music, and seeing very beautiful sights. All one thing. Other one was having migraine, some disease, incurable disease, suffering from all these things. So good, bad, joyous, sorrowful. So all Vyavriti Vishayam, things in terms of Vyavahara, says Vyavriti Vishayam, Swapakali, in the dream, Vrusha Bhavati. Yes, see, generally we say, dream is false after waking up. But nobody says, waking is false after in the dream. Why? You are not aware of it. You are not aware of the waking in the dream state. Are you aware of waking today? Suppose in the dream, you are very hungry and you could not get the food for 1 week. Actually, that night you are overeaten. And remaining food is there. The food is the fridge. Fridge is full with the food. So that, do you remember that? How can I be hungry? Just now I eaten food. So you can't. So therefore, we are not aware. But is it false or not? It doesn't exist. Because it doesn't exist, it is not there. That is non-existent thing. So therefore, tat prusha bhavati sapa swapakali. A thumb in this manner based on our direct experience. A thumb. Ubhayatha api. In both ways. What are both ways? Dream getting falsified in the waking, waking getting falsified in the dream. In both ways, not one-way traffic, both-way traffic. Ubhayatha api anisham nirantaram always. So always anisham nirantaram always anisham mithyatva siddhav. When the false nature is proved. False nature of what? Waking in the dream and that of dream in the waking. Siddhav, he says, what happens in spite of this? So, Siddhav, iha means under such circumstances. What are the circumstances? Waking getting falsified in the dream, dream getting falsified in the dream, means both are at par. There is no distinction between them. Both are false in nature. Even then, say, iha, in this now, in such circumstances, indeed, it says, etad bhasake asmin brahmani. In this bhasaka means who illuminates, in the sense one who makes aware of dream and waking state. Who makes you aware of dream and waking? Chaitanya, Atma, Brahma. So that is it. If your awareness principle, Chaitanya, Atma, Brahma were not there, you cannot experience anything, you can't be aware of anything, you can't know anything. Do you know what would have happened? There is a phrase in Vedanta. If Chaitanya, pure awareness principle, pure consciousness principle were not there, why were? It can never be absent, but supposition. If we are not there, Jagadandhyam prasajjeta, there will be stupor anywhere, no cognition of anything whatsoever. So that verse says, Tad etad bhasake. Etad bhasake means etayoho bhasake. The illuminating principle of these two, namely Chaitanya Atma, Brahma, Bhasake, Asmin Brahmani, Sati, when it is there. Now tell me, the Chaitanya, pure awareness principle, Atma, Brahma, is it there? What do you say? You are aware of waking and dream. Without it you can't experience them. So, Sati, when it is there, Mudha is aviveki, a person who lacks discrimination, one who doesn't analyze. Mudha, tatra in the sense, in the vyavahara, in the dealings of both waking and dream. Tatra sajjate asaktaha bhavati, gets delighted, either delighted or suffers, gets engrossed in waking and dream. Sajjate, tatra sajjate. How come? How this happens? It is very clear to him that both are false, and it is element made known by some other principle. He doesn't bother to know that. How? He says, author says, I throw my arms up, I don't know. I don't know why it is so. I myself don't know. Idam kutaha. How come this is possible when it is so clear that both are false in nature? Tat, the reason, it says, vayam hi na vidma. We don't know at all. Vayam hi na vidma. We don't know at all. Same thing again further. Waking and dream are false in nature is explained with other illustrations. Continue.
जीवन्तं जाग्रतीह स्वजनमथमृतं स्वप्नकाले निरीक्ष निर्वेदं यात्यकस्मात् मृतममृतममुं वीक्ष हर्षं प्रयाति स्मृत्वोपेतस्य जन्तोर्निधनमसूयुतिं भाषते तेन साकम् सत्येवं भाति भूयोल्बकसमयवशात् सत्यता वा मृषा त्वम् जीवन्तं जाग्रतीह स्वजनमथमृतं स्वप्नकाले निरीक्ष निर्वेदं यात्यकस्मान् मृतममृतममुं वीक्ष हर्षं प्रयाति स्मृत्वाप्येतस्य जन्तोर्निधनमसूयुतिं भाषते तेन साकम् सत्येवं भाति भूयोल्बकसमयवशात् सत्यता वा मृषा त्वम् अन्वय इह जागृति जीवन्तं स्वजनम् अथ स्वप्नकाले मृतं निरीक्ष अकस्मात् संधीज याति अकस्मात् मृतम अमृतम अमो अन्वय इज अकस्मात् निर्वेदम याति अकस्मात् आफ्टर अकस्मात् ऐड अकस्मात् निर्वेदम याति आफ्टर याति ऐड अथवा जाग्रत्याम ऐड दिस मच अथवा जाग्रत्याम मृतम अमुम add swajanam swapna kale, add swajanam swapna kale amrutam viksha harsham prayati. एतस्य जन्तोः add स्वप्नकालीन निधनम असूयुतिम स्मृत्वा अपि तेन add स्वप्ने मृतेन साकम add जागरे भाषते. एवं सति भूयः अल्पक समयवशात् सत्यता वा मृषात्वं भाति add न तात्विकम
So many words are there, it may appear confusing with only this much. It's a person, a relative or someone. One who is alive in the waking, but saw him dead where? In the dream. In dream what will do? He will grieve for that. Again, one who is dead in the waking, but was seen as alive in the dream, what do you do? Hey, hello, where were you? Isn't it? Or see, suppose this person saw is some relative dead where? In the dream. On waking, yes. How did you come back from Yamaloka? Does it say that? How did you come back from Yamaloka? Huh? You are dead now. You will lose your teeth, okay? You will lose your teeth. So that is what is said there. Means that at one place it appears that way, other place it can appear, and we do vyavahara accordingly. So iha jagrati, here now in the waking state, jivantam swajanam, person who is alive in the waking. But what had happened? But swapna kale mrutam niriksha, and he saw him in the dream as what? Dead. What does he do? Akasma, all of a sudden, akasmat, you know how this akasmat word has come? At least kasmat you do. You know kasmat because of what? Not kasmat, because of no reason. Because why he is alive and he is now grieving. So that akasmat means here we can take care. All of a sudden, akasmat, nirvedam yati. Nirveda means dukkham. Gets sorrow means grieves. He grieves. Ayo, he is dead. He grieves. Again, further, he says, Jagratya athava jagratya mrutam. Actually, this person is what? Dead where? Waking state. Some person is dead in the waking state. Athava Jagrityam Matam Mritam. That's the Mritam is there. Amum. So, Amum means Swajanam Swapna Kale. One's relative who is dead in the waking state, but in the dream what happened? Swapna Kale, Swajanam Swapna Kale, Amrutam Viksha. Don't say nectar and all that here. No, brother, not dead, live. He's seeing him, he's talking and joking. So therefore, no, brother, Viksha. Actually, the waking is dead, but in the dream, he's dead, he's interacting with him. So, Amrutam Viksha, Harsham Prayati. He becomes very much delighted, becomes happy. Now he says, Etasya janto, of this entity, this person, the Etasya janto, swapna kalina nidhanam, in the dream, dead. Again, asu yutim. Perhaps you may be knowing, asu means pranas. Yutim means connection. Connected with prana means life. So, that is whether dream he was dead, and what happens in the waking he is alive. Then what does he do? Tena, with that person, Swapne Prutena, with that person whom we saw as dead in the dream, but in the waking he is alive, you know, this is Prutena Sakam. Sakam means with him, Jagare, in waking, Bhashate, so that is, he talks, etc., interacts with him. Or does he do like this? He saw this person, relative, dead where? In the dream. And after waking, when you say, Arey, ghost has come, does it start running? No, it just brushes aside. That is it. Or you say, my God, I thought you were dead, but you are alive. My God, thank goodness. Does it do that? It just brushes aside. Ritena bhashate. Now, on the contrary, tatha swapne jivitena saha dinalapam karoti. Person is what? Seen alive in where? In the dream. But actually the waking he is dead. What does he do? Does he not grieve? Ayyo. No. I saw him. I saw him living. No. Dinalapam. He gives the means he grieves. Means live in the dream but actually dead in the waking. So he doesn't consider that he was alive in the dream. He does certainly grieves because of it. Evam sati. Evam sati. When this is the case, this is the fact, so that is, what is that fact? Both waking and dream are false, mithya. They are what? Falsity. Bhuya. Now you see, based on this observation, should he not take waking and dream false alike? Yes or no? Yes. Fact is, both are alike false. But what do we do? What do we do? We take waking as real and dream as false. reason, he spells out the reason. Bhuya, that is reason is evam sati. Bhuya alpaka samayavasha. Bhuya samayavasha, alpaka samayavasha. Here bhuya means, bhuya samaya means longer period. Alpaka samaya is short period. On account of waking being longer in terms of time factor, dream being short-lived, that one says, satyatava vrishava. One is considered as true, waking is considered true because it lasts longer, whereas dream is considered false because it is short-lived. But truth is, what is the truth? Both are false in nature. So that being the case, our running after the world is not justifiable only in the during camp period. So no other. Vedanta makes you inquire and discover the truth. You not cock and bull. Otherwise, come on. You disprove this. Disprove this. I will give one day, 24 hours. So think over it. If you want, consult a lawyer also. Consult a lawyer also. No, sir. What are you talking? You are branding waking as false. If false were there, how it can be useful? How activities can take place? Waking useful or not? After this class, breakfast is useful or not? Lunch is useful or not? You have got some cough syrup is useful or not? Again, you are doing so many things, etc. And you are branding it as false. How is it possible? Say 36 to 38 proves even false thing can be useful. False things also can get subjected to action. See, keep in mind, prayojanam, utility. Utility of an entity is not the criterion of reality. Only because utility of an entity is not the criterion of its reality. Only because something is useful, you can't say it is real. See, be familiar with the word real, huh? It's real in the Vedantic sense. What is the Vedantic sense real? Trikala abhadita vastu. An entity which exists all periods of time without change, without mutation, indestructible in nature at any time. So that is what Satyam, real. So it cannot be. So actually we see Mithya only is useful. Satyam is not useful. Satyam is not useful. See, for example, a jnani what absorbed in the Swarupa, but due to prarabdha, he became aware of the body and world. And he became hungry. Satyam jnanam anantam vijnanam anandam brahma. Brahma is Paramananda. That Paramananda is not appeasing the hunger. He has to go back. He has to go for mithya food only. He has to seek after mithya food only. Really speaking, false entity alone is useful and Brahma is not useful. So, no Paramananda, it doesn't serve any purpose in the Vyavaharika Jagat. Now let us see. Therefore says, Mithya Bhutasya api Artha Kriyakaratva Karitvam. Even though waking, see, look here. In the dream, you said dream. But is it not true that dream food appeased your hunger?
Yes.
Is it not true that dream medicine cured your dream medicine cured your disease? Again, you jumped over this somewhere and got fractured. Where? In the dream. Is it not true? So, and you say it is what? False. So therefore you only are telling. Utility is not the criterion of reality. Real.
Swapna stri sanga saukhyadapi vrushamasato yacharetaschutisya. Sadrusya tadvadetat spurati jagada satkaranam satyakalpam. Swapne satyah puman syad yuvatiriha mrushaivaanayo sanyutischa.
Swapne satyah puman syad yuvatiriha mrushaivaanayo sanyutischa.
Pratah shukrena vastropahatiriti yatah kalpana moolametat.
Pratah shukrena vastropahatiriti yatah kalpana moolametat.
Swapna stri sanga saukhyaadapi vrushamasato yacharetaschuti syat.
Swapnastri sanga saukhyaadapi vrushamasato yacharetaschuti syat.
Sadrusya tadvadetat spurati jagada satkaranam satyakalpam.
Sadrishya tadvadetat spurati jagada satkaranam satyakalpam.
Swapne satyah puman syad yuvatiriha mrushaivaanayo sanyutischa.
Swapne satyah puman syad yuvatiriha mrushaivaanayo sanyutischa.
Pratah shukrena vastropahatiriti yatah kalpana moolametat.
Pratah shukrena vastropahatiriti yatah kalpana moolametat.
Anvaya. Asataha Brusham asataha swapna stri sanga saukhyad api ya cha brusham retaschutihi syat sa drusya tadvat etat asat karanam jagat satyakalpam spurati. Add vigathyara natu satyam. After spurati add natu satyam. Further add sushuptau astam itatvat. Sushuptau astam itatvat. Itatvat. Swapne, third line, first word. Swapne puman satyaha स्यात्। इह युवतिः वृषा एव अनयोः संयुतिः च अनयोः संयुतिः च एड वृषा एव एड वृषा एव। प्रातः शुक्रेण वस्त्रोपहतिः इति यतः तत् एतत् लास्ट वर्ड कल्पना मूलम एतत् यतः एतत् एड सर्वं कल्पना मूलम। स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महीमहीषाः। गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं। लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु। काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी। देशोऽयं शोभरहितः। ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः। ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः। सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः। सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु। मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। असतो मा सद्गमय। तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय। मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते। पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। हरि